Hi, everyone. It's Mitch from PickDogs.com and SportsChatPlace.com, and it is Thursday. It is July the 30th, 2020, here with your live show. Of course, we're live here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We never seem to go away. We just keep showing up and hoping that you guys show up to watch us, and you guys always have. So we appreciate that. Of course, I have the green and red lighting behind me because it's NBA restart day. It's Christmas Day. I know it's July 30th, but man, it feels like Christmas with the NBA restart. But of course, we've got Steve Monahan, Rod Zawacki, and Chris Ruffalo all with us today to share their thoughts and picks. We're going to cover the NBA, the two games today. We're going to cover Major League Baseball, 10 games on the card, and then we're going to cover it's the last day of the NHL scrimmages as well today as we head into the regular season on Saturday. So we're starting to get back in the mix. There are people out there, they're not going to have sports. Everything's going to be canceled. Corona's going to cancel baseball. Sure didn't look like baseball was canceled last night. The games are only getting better, right? That Astros-Dodgers game. I mean, who would have thought that these teams can't score a run with a guy starting on second base, you know? Pretty amazing stuff, but good morning to everyone that's joining us. Good morning, Billie Jean. Good morning to Lou. Let's get it done today. Of course, we're going to bring in the guys, and of course, a couple topics also that I want to go over with everyone. And of course, that didn't work, so what we'll have to do is we'll just bring them in manually. Put Rod next to me. I'll put Ruffalo and Steve there today. We'll just mix it up a little bit. What the hell? But good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning.
Morning.
Chris decides to tie his shoe right as he goes on the air. But all morning to do that. Anyways, I guess he's got his gym clothes on. He's ready to go jogging right after the show. Anyways, we got some really interesting news out of the NFL with a lot of players opting out, right, of this. And it's like some of the guys, it's kind of like you're not surprised they opted out, like Nate Solder or whatever. It's like I'll opt out for you. It's like a 14-year veteran or something, offensive tackle he gets paid for another season that he doesn't have to play. Yeah, I'm in. It's like why not?
Why not?
I don't understand it when professional athletes don't want to play their craft. Especially since they are being paid, and especially since I understand that some guys have high risk conditions, but we're not seeing it in baseball. We're not seeing it in the NBA. We're not seeing it in the NHL. We're not seeing it in European soccer. We're not seeing it in Australian and New Zealand rugby. We're not seeing it, okay? I personally don't even understand this thing anymore. We're not seeing the hospitalizations. We're not seeing the freezer trucks, toting away bodies. We're not seeing any of this. It's kind of like I feel like we're being strung along. I don't want to get into politics or anything like that. I always know err on the side of caution, right? Even though we don't bet like that, right? But we live like that, and certainly some people do, right? I mean, I'm not going to get on a plane. Like, what would you rather have? The plane delayed an hour or them fix the engine? Or would you rather not fix the engine or have the plane delayed an hour, right? I'm on the fix the engine, right? I'm that guy. But, when it comes to stuff like this, it's just the numbers aren't adding up anymore. So I'm just a little bit confused, and just what everyone was starting to cry, we're not going to have college football. We're not going to have college football. The ACC announces an 11-game schedule for in-conference games. We're going to Clemson this year. I mean, we never go to Clemson, and we play them, 5 times every 20 years, 4 or 5 times every 20 years. And they've always been really good games, the regular season games. They beat us in the championship game, but we weren't ready, and they went on to win the championship in all hindsight, But real excited about that. And even Notre Dame's going to play, Even Notre Dame's in. They're in. Yeah, 11-game ACC schedule. Hey, Big Ten, suck it, right? It's like, maybe we'll get Notre Dame. They ain't coming. It's like the Big Ten has acted like Notre Dame is coming for the last 50 years, and it's like they ain't coming. It's like they're playing ACC schedule in every other sport. It's like Matter of fact, if they were going anywhere, they wouldn't have joined the ACC. They would have gone to the Big East Catholic basketball division. They would have stayed independent in football. If they were coming, they would have come already. It's like, they ain't coming. They ain't coming. But anyways, we got, what do you guys think about that, Steve? ACC?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing. I think it's an 11-game schedule. So Notre Dame basically is playing an ACC schedule, and we'll see how it goes. But at least there has been some confirmation that football will be played in the ACC, the full schedule. So that's good news.
Chris, what are you thinking about here? With all these NFL players opting out.
Yeah, I mean, well, you guys know from past history, I'm a Patriots fan, and seeing how many New England Patriots key Patriots like Dante Hightower opting out, we've lost a couple running backs, and it's the gravity of the situation, it's the reality of the situation that we're in. There were going to be players that were going to opt out,
but you think if Tom Brady was still on the Patriots and maybe these guys wouldn't be opting out so much. You don't see any Tampa Bay Buccaneers opting out. That's all I'm saying. It's like you have a locker room presence like Tom Brady. Hey, Josh Gordon's coming. We better put him next to Brady's locker. It's like Anthony Brown, Antonio Brown. Let's put him on the other side of Brady's locker, right? I mean, they don't have that anymore, right? So they've lost that. And Dante Hightower, as good of a player as he is, and as much as he has panned out for them, he's not that guy. And neither are any of those other guys. I mean, could hardly see a guy like Kevin Falk, sitting out. On the other, you look at what's going on in Tampa Bay, and the guy who was retired has come out of retirement to play with Brady. It's like it's gone the other way. So maybe they're jumping the shark there in New England and just saying.
I was a little surprised about Damian Williams on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Didn't they?
He opted out.
Yeah, well, didn't they also bring in some other running backs there? So he might not. That might be a not career ending, but he might lose his roster spot.
That opens the door for Edwards-Helaire to sort of step in right out of the draft.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like maybe he was mad about that pick anyway, and it's like a lot. Like I said, a lot of these were kind of like the Nick Markakis sitting out baseball. It's like,
hey, Nick's coming back, right?
Nick's coming back.
Is he?
Nick come back. He's like, hey, I want to play too.
Yeah. See, this is what happens, and we know this, right? The professional.
You actually called that about a week ago. You said some of these major league players are going to be sitting on their
absolutely, absolutely. It's like, hey, wait a minute, 29 teams with not a case of corona, and like an incident that explains how the Marlins got it. Maybe Max Kellerman is an idiot.
You could take maybe from that sentence. Just scratch it.
What a turd. Anyways, Rod, what do you think here about this NBA stuff?
Well, look at the NBA. I think they got 0 in the bubble there.
It's
zero there.
As
NHL
Popovich said
0.
before they entered the bubble, the bubble's going to be the safest place to be. And, I think when we look at the way the NBA and the NHL have done it, obviously this has worked, which makes you kind of wonder why the other sports aren't doing it that way.
Because the NHL, they separated them. Like phase 3, they all got together and they stayed together in their training camp.
Well, it's super easy to do the same in the NFL and in baseball, exactly. Where you have an American League and a National League, right? And instead of these East plays the East and all of this other stuff that they're doing in baseball, they could have done the same thing. They could have done the National League in one city and the American League in the other, and they could have just had an all like this. That's the way baseball always was until 15 years ago or something. I don't even know when they brought in interleague play, but there used to not be any interleague play at all. They used to never play each other, ever.
Never play each other, yeah.
Never. The weird thing about baseball is one of the things that I've picked up on baseball, and you guys can say your opinion, and we'll get to the picks in just a second, of course, but So throughout the years, the talk has always been National League pitcher going to the American League is a big disadvantage because now they have to face 9 hitters as opposed to getting the pit to face a pitcher, once every 9 batters is, if they don't pinch hit for him. But, generally a couple times a game, they at least get to face the pitcher, right? And then you go to the American League and it's 9 batters. Well, now with the universal DH, are the American League teams just at so much of an advantage over the National League teams? It hasn't played out that way because we saw 2 of the best teams go at it, in Houston, over the past couple days. And I was surprised the Dodgers held up like that in Houston. I was shocked, to be honest with you, especially the way that they've played the Astros in the postseason. But but anyways, let's get to today's games. A lot of comments here. Jeter likes that Notre Dame is playing the ACC schedule. Jeter, if you could throw us a thumbs up while you're watching, we'd greatly appreciate it. Anyways, Devin Funchess.
I like Clemson versus Notre Dame when the season starts.
So here's another guy. Devin. Here's another guy. Devin Funchess has opted out.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like these are guys that are seriously jeopardizing any career they have left by opting out. They are not. I'm not saying that they're. I'm sure the players' union and all that other stuff is going to say, but the NFL players' union is really not as strong as the. It's not like baseball. It's like the NFL players union, they caved, the strike. It's like Joe Montana's playing against the Scabs, It's like Montana's like
Randy White out of the tunnel.
Montana's like got his agent. It's like in the pre-cell phone era. He's got the big box thing, It's like he's got his agent on the phone. Why am I doing this again? It's like
losing how much money? I don't think so.
It's like this guy drives a FedEx truck. He's like, we know that certain, guys they call them certain boxers are known as taxi drivers. This guy literally is a taxi driver. It's like, no, you did not miss any picks. We haven't given any out yet, but we're going to go to the NBA right now and tip it off and go to the first game. The Pelicans taking on the Utah Jazz. The line was 1.5. Now it is -3 in this one. Zion Williamson, of course, back in the bubble and healthy. So weird. Also, the protocol for the players returning in baseball. We didn't talk about this. Like Soto is now eligible for the Nationals. He was tested positive with corona like 5 days ago or something. It's like, how exactly? It's like, you got it, you don't have. It's like the Jimmy Johnson. It's like, what the hell is
positive thing again?
What the hell is going on here, man? I don't know. Anyways,
they have the antibodies, so that's why so it sets that little first test off. So then they have to do a deeper test, and that's why that deeper test takes a few days.
Zion Williamson is probable for this one. Rod, what do you think about the Pelicans and the Jazz tipping off the NBA season? I think this is a good one for like an NBA. I wish the NBA would have gone to a full schedule instead of just this dipping their toe in the water thing.
Games.
Yeah, but still, all right. But we get the Jazz Pels, and it's like there's only good teams left in the bubble except for the Nets and the Wizards, right? So they're going to be mostly good games. So we got this is a good game. The Pelicans, I believe, are fighting for a playoff spot. The Jazz are in, but the Jazz are the kings of the underdog role, the undisputed champions of the underdog role. They haven't lost as a dog since the Eisenhower administration. Rod, what do you like here?
This almost made a premium pick for me today. Give me the Jazz on the money line here. I'm going to lean the other way. I'm going to take the Jazz over the Pelicans here today.
Steve, you got to love this trend from our friends at that site that rhymes with lovers. Jazz 4-0-1 against the spread in their last 5 games, playing on 2 days rest.
Ooh.
Had a little more than 2 days to let this one percolate. Who cares? I mean, what kind of trend is that?
Exactly.
And it's like they're giving home and road trends here.
Right. Must be awfully
How can
tiring
you?
walking
How can
around
you
the
go
bubble.
4-0? They did play a couple days ago, but that doesn't mean that not everybody played a couple days ago. I watched a lot of guys sitting on the bench.
I
A lot of second stringers and third stringers in there playing for Utah.
Yeah, Dunn made one bad pitch in that game. We don't look back; we only look forward. And I don't know, those of you that might have just thrown $25 on my little parlay last night and cashed for 800. Congratulations to you. But hopefully, you took both teams individually too, and just had a big party like someone I know did. But anyways, even a blind squirrel, right? I mean, so many people tune in and they say, I mean, how many comments do I get on YouTube that just say, I just fade all of this guy's picks? I get a lot, man. A lot. I got more your picks are shit comments yesterday than I think I've gotten in quite some time. I missed it. It's like, what'd you miss most about, the break? Well, I missed the, you are so stupid, you should hang it up.
You haven't had a death threat in 4 months, for Christ's sake.
I was on the golf course, and my friend Cameron, who watches the show, asked me which teams I liked. And I gave him that Seattle San Francisco parlay, and he bet them both straight up, and the whole thing. And then I showed everybody my YouTube comments. I was showing them the comments that I was getting just on the straight video comments, and they were just like, everyone was like, this guy is so stupid. He's just more. I was like, that is what I signed up for. And I knew there was a reason why I never did a lot of YouTube videos over the years, and it's because of the trolls. And now it's like, I mean, I should just screenshot them all, save them, and we should just show them across the board as we talk. I think that's what I'll do from now on. Is I'll save them, and we'll just show them. We'll just flash them because we got enough. We got enough to cover. Yeah, we got enough to cover the entire hour. Anyways, Steve, you on the Jazz here?
Yeah, I'm all in on the Jazz here, especially as an underdog.
1-7-1 against the number as against teams with losing records. I think that's what the people are looking at. But of course, you're up against Zion Williamson, and he's always going to be a public play. Guy's a beast, too. Chris, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I have a premium play on the side, and the Premium Marriott Sports Chat plays in pick dogs. But for the total, I like the over here. The 3 meetings in regular season went way over, and I think it goes over here as well.
Matter of fact, 12 of the last 13 meetings of these two teams have gone over the total, and I like the over as well. I generally like the under with the Jazz, but I think coming out, I think we're going to see some tired legs here. Playing defense is an art form, and we know that's what separates the good from the bad in just about every single sport. I have a premium play on this game as well, but I think if you're watching the show, you might have figured out what that might be at this point. Anyway, speaking of premium plays, we got the Lakers taking on the Clippers. 4.5-point spread. These teams opened on the real opening night, and now they're opening on the restart opening night. What are they calling this one? The other one was baseball is back. I don't know what they, what it is, but we got the Lakers and the Clips and LeBron James, Kawhi. These guys are friends. They're just friends. That's really what it is. It's just one big happy family. But Beverly is out. Harrell, Montrezl Harrell also out. Caldwell Pope going to play. Rondo out. Kuzma probable. Anthony Davis is probably going to play.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. Rod, what are you thinking here? It's Enrico Palazzo.
For me, I'm thinking I'm gonna take a shot with the Clippers. Give me the Clippers here plus the 4.5.
Steve?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Clippers, even though J.R. Smith couldn't miss the other night. I think he went like 7 for 8 from the field. I see J.R. going 1 for 9 in the opener.
LeBron nursing a groin injury as well.
Yeah. But I'll take the Clippers here. Give me the 4.5 points here.
We've seen him go down with the groin injury. I believe that was Christmas Day, right? Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards the Lakers here, especially if the Clippers are gonna end up missing all those guys. I know Lou Williams is out for sure, Montrezl Harrell's out, but if you lose guys like Pat Beverly and Landry Shamet, I think that is a big difference. So I'll lean towards the Lakers minus 4.5.
Okay. Well, that covers our NBA action. I like the under in this one. I think, like I said, the good teams, are going to play defense. And these two teams, they're not going to give an inch here. I don't think either of them are going to give an inch. This is going to be probably some deliberate play, using up the full shot clock and all that stuff. I think that it's going to take some work to even get a shot in this game. And I go with the under. Anyways, let's get to Major League Baseball action. And yeah, I did hit my parlay yesterday. What the hell? So what? Yeah, Bogdan. Dang haters, you don't see them post their pics online. Yep. Oh, no. The guys who post the comments, we know that. We know that the guys who do that. The reason why they make those comments, and I know this, okay, and it's like, so I know there's people out there, they just join the show to hit the thumbs down. I know all these things, right? I've been around the block a couple times, I'm not as young as I look. Anyways, basically they think that they should be doing what we do is why they do that. And the whole thing is that what we do is readily available to them. We're on a free platform that anyone can access, and they could have a show and they could give out their picks. They could do videos and give out their picks. The internet is free open space. You could build a website. You could build a team of writers as well. And you could have that out on the internet. So no need to hate on me. Take that time you're coming around to hit the thumbs down and make a couple videos so I can go over and troll you. Because believe me, I'm just going to use the same comments you guys use on me. It's going to be one big love fest. Anyways, speaking of the love fest, you got the Yard Goats against the Nationals. Eric Fede up against Hinjin-Ryu. Fede, of course, stepping in for Strasburg. Little drop-off of talent, I would say, in that one. Rod?
Just a little.
Rod, do you think Fede looked good? Fede looked good against the Yankees, though. He did.
Yeah.
He's the only one to beat him so far. Ryu against Fede. Who do you like in this one?
I'm actually going to take the Nationals here. Give me the Nationals here to beat the Yard Goats.
Steve?
I'm going with the Yard Goats here. I think Ryu will pitch real well. In between drags on his cigarettes.
Well, he better do better than he first start.
That's true. That's why I think he'll pitch better today.
Yeah, I'm on Toronto as well. Ryu's got a 1.35 ERA in his career against Washington, so I think he holds him in check here. Because Toronto will win.
I think I like Toronto to bounce back here as well. Luis Castillo against you garbage in the Reds versus Cubs matchup. Castillo dropping from minus 135 favorite down to minus 115. Sonny Gray getting it done. And then the Reds bullpen, really not anything that it was built up to be. And then the Cubs bullpen, even worse. I swear, I was processing videos and doing some other stuff and working while I have, all the games on, all the TVs and everything. I swore that game was over, and it was still going. It was like, what? I thought this game was over already. The Reds were up 9-0. They tried to blow the lead. They got it to 9-5. They scored more runs. It's like, that was what. See, my wife is from Cincinnati, and she has a friend of hers and who like loves the Reds, and it's like she's one of those people that won't leave until the final out. That would have been my wife's nightmare game, where it's like it just kept going and going and going. It's like once the pretzel's gone, she's pretty much good to go. Rod, who do you like here? Castillo up against Darvish. This is, we talked about Castillo last time he pitched, that he moved back to the number 2 role. It did not help him against the Tigers. Does it help him here against the garbage man?
I got a premium pick on the side in this game here. Really love this game. I'm going to take the under here between these two guys today. I think both these starting pitchers go in and stay in for a bit.
Steve?
No, I'm with Hugh Garbage here today. I think he'll pitch well. I think the Cubs get out of Cincinnati with a win here. I'm going to go with the Cubs, but definitely the under too.
Chris?
Yeah,
Trying to
I
keep
have
a straight
premium play on the
face.
side as well, but for the total, I like the under as well. I think we see a bit of a pitcher's duel here, but under 8.5.
Reds run line for me. Anyways, we go to the Orioles against the Yankees. The Yankees paid Garrett Cole $20,000 a pitch to beat Asher Wojciechowski yesterday. Really, that's money well spent. You need $20,000 a pitch to beat Asher Wojciechowski. You got bigger problems than you probably are letting on. Rod, John Means against J. Happ. Happ getting his first start of the season after his first start was canceled. He was the guy who was supposed to start on Monday.
I'm going to take a shot here with the Orioles. Means first start, their best pitcher. Happ got rocked by the Orioles last year. If you look, he struggled against them. He gave up quite a few home runs. He's got a over 6 ERA against the Orioles. Give me the Orioles. Money line here today.
Steve?
Yeah.
$20,000 a pitch to beat
Yankees
Asher
have won
Wojciechowski.
17 in a row against the Baltimore Orioles. But J.A. Happ, I've seen enough of him. It's his first start. I think the Orioles with Means on the mound and the streak. And I think Happ gives up a lot of runs. And I like the over here, too, on runs scored. But I think the Orioles will break the streak.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on Baltimore as well. Happ had a 6.85 ERA against the Orioles last year. Like the guy said, Means Baltimore's best pitcher. I'll take a shot with Baltimore here as well.
I like the over in this one. Like you guys said, Happ gets rocked by the Orioles, but I'll tell you what, Means is as good as he is, as much as we like him. His last 2 outings against the Yankees, 3.2 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned. That was a 14-2 loss to the Bombers, and then he also lost at home to the Bombers, or on the road to the Bombers. 3.2 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned. I think if you could get into the stadium, you're going to want to bring your glove to this one. I like the over. Let's go to the next game, and this one is going to be the Indians and the Twins. It's the opposite situation going on here. We got Jose Barrios on the mound up against Shane Baby Bieber. Both these guys were great in their first starts. Both these guys are probably 2 of the emerging stars, and I would say, if there was an All-Star game this year, both these guys would probably be on the roster. Rod, who do you like in this one?
I got a premium pick on the side in this game. But I'm going to take the under.
How many premium picks do you have today?
I have 3 in MLB and 1 in NBA.
There you go. Steve? It's just you're front loaded on the premiums in baseball. Top
I know,
loaded.
yeah.
Early loaded.
Today I like to do these earlier games.
Early loaded.
Yep.
Steve?
I like the Twins at home here. It's going to be a pitcher's duel. Like you said, both pitchers, real good first opening day performances. However, being that the Twins are home, and again, I'll keep touting Josh Donaldson and the Twins offense. I'm going to go with the Twins here. It's going to be an under, though, because of the pitching.
Got Chris.
Yeah, I have a premium play on the side as well. But for the total, I like the under 8.5. Let me see your pitcher's duel.
Under for me on this one as well. I just think, neither of these guys gave up anything. Bieber, I think, gave up 2 hits in his first start, and it's not something that we haven't seen before out of him either. It's like this is how he pitches in Barrios too. These are guys that are actually playing to the back of their baseball card. It's just a very, very high bar that they've set. Speaking about low bars, Steven Matz up against Martin Perez in Citi Field. Wow, that was an interesting game last night. The Mets taking the outright loss to the Red Sox in a game where, DeGrom got a little bit more support than he normally does, but they were playing from behind most of the game, the Mets, in that one. Tough spot to be in, but in this one, they got Martin Perez against Steven Matz. And Perez, we saw him already this season in that game to the Orioles, 84 pitches, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4. I mean, these are Perez numbers, right? Basically, that's, how the other guys played to the back of their baseball cards. So did Perez. Steven Matz always pitches better at home. He's from that area. Last time against the Braves, he mystified them. We've seen Matz give up 12 runs in an inning before, but we've also seen him be lights out. So, spread knowledge. I did 2 picks on this game for spread knowledge before. They like the Mets on the run line and the Mets. Also, just straight up. Rod, what do you like?
I'll agree with spread knowledge here. Give me the Mets on the run line. They were 1 hit away from whooping them yesterday.
Yeah, they were 1 hit away, and it was Cespedes. Steve?
Yeah, I'm with you both on the run line. Mets pitches better at home, and I think the Mets rebound against the Red Sox.
Chris?
I'm going to take the under 9.5 here. I think it's just a bit too high.
Gonna go to Hot Atlanta, where Max Fried, a guy I traditionally like to bash on this show, goes off against Ryan Yarbrough, who really looked pretty good in his first outing. Rod, what do you like in this one?
I think I'm going to take a shot with Yarborough. He actually pitches not too bad on the road either. Give me the Rays. The Rays to upset the Braves here today.
Max Fried, it's always interesting that he's like a guy that like he doesn't give up a ton of hits, but it's always like his hits always match his runs. It's always like, 11 hits, 11 runs. Right? It's like that's 1 hit, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 runs. It's like he's one of those guys where it's like, right? It's like every hit, he pays. It might be that he walked a guy or whatever, but it just always seems to match up. It just always seems to. I don't know why it is. He's one of those guys. Of course, this guy was Max Fried. The reason why I like to bash him so much is because he was the 7th player taken in the Major League Baseball draft. Number 7 overall. Steve? I love busting on high draft picks. Can't make number 1 in the starting rotation. These guys. It's not like baseball players don't make any money coming in. They do.
Sure. Bonus babies. I like the Rays on the road here today. I'll go with Yarbrough. And I like the under, too.
Chris?
I'm going to take the Braves here. I just think they're swinging a better bat than Tampa Bay so far in the last couple games of these series. So I'll take Atlanta on the money line.
Couple games or last game? Because the other game, didn't they lose like 14-1? Something. What was
Because they won the last couple, no?
No. They lost in Tampa Bay on.
Okay, they
Tuesday.
swung a better bat over yesterday, so I'll take. I think I'll carry that over today then.
I got a premium pick on this one, but I want to go back and check the score on that game because I don't
I think
think.
Dansby Swanson had a big night. I think the Braves won.
Braves won 7-4 last night.
No, 2 nights ago.
2 nights.
5-2. Chirinos against Wright. And it was the game before that it was 14-5. So they have been swinging a good bat. It's just, when you give up 14 runs, it's just tough to get one in the win column. I got a premium pick on this one. Tigers up against the Royals. Ivan Nova, this guy, man. You want to talk about this is the new Bruce Chen. I mean, this guy's he's just there, He just will not go away. Rod, Brady Singer, Ivan Nova. 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time at Tiger Stadium. You can either watch Zion or you can watch this.
I'll probably be watching the basketball game, but I'll take Kansas City here in this one.
Who scheduled this crap?
and as you said, nobody just won't go away. So you can
Steve?
catch him up and rock him. He'll go away quick and early.
So Ivan Nova, I've seen plenty of Ivan Nova as a ex-New York Yankee, came up a Yankee. Nova is not as bad as you may think he is when he's on. He can be a pretty good pitcher. I'm going to take the Tigers here at home, but I like the over here. I think both teams will score bunches in this one.
Nova's a career +4 ERA guy. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Royals here. It's like Rod said, Brady Singer had a decent pretty good first start in his debut, and Nova's had issues with the Royals in his career. I think he's got a 5+ ERA against the Royals last year, so I'll take Kansas City money line.
Yeah, Nova's numbers the last few years: 11-12, 9-9, 11-14, 7-6. I mean, this is what you're gonna get. He did have that year in 2011 where he was 16-4 with the Yankees. A long time ago.
He had a little more firepower with the Yankees.
So here's an interesting one, Rod. The Dodgers are only a -150 favorite. This is the shortest price that we've seen them up against a regular team. That's not the Astros. Ross Stripling on the mound. Robbie Ray at home here for the Diamondbacks. The D-backs hate the Dodgers' guts. I mean, they hate their guts hate them. But Robbie Ray at +130 here. We talked about Ray a lot in his last start, and he did not disappoint. He just really struggles to find the plate sometimes. Rod, what do you got here?
Stripling looked pretty good at his first start. I'll take the Dodgers here. I think the Dodgers get to Robbie Ray.
Steve?
I'm going to go with Robbie Ray and the D-backs against the Dodgers.
Chris?
I'm going to take the Dodgers on the run line here. I didn't like how Arizona fell apart yesterday near the end of that game, so I'll take the Dodgers on the run line.
Ruffalo, you're a genius. I'll take the Dodgers on the run line as well. I have no faith in the Diamondbacks at all. I mean, that bullpen against that lineup, this could be an over with just the Dodgers. The total's 9. I could see the Dodgers beating that by themselves. We got we got Dylan Bundy making his second start of the year up against Marco Gonzalez in the Angels-Mariners game. Mariners big dog once again, but they don't have my boy Dunn going. Boy, Dunn was pretty good. Not a lot of people saw that coming. Gotta love those Boston College first-round draft choices. Monahan down there giving me the look, but he knows it's true.
It's true.
It's like this is how you make money in baseball. This is how you make money on +200 dogs on a pitcher that no one ever heard of. That has something really strange. It's just something that just jumps out at you. Like Boston College first round draft choice. By the way, Juan Nieves, I was corrected by a friend of mine yesterday. It was Avon Old Farms that he pitched for, I believe, not the Gunnery. The Gunnery had a different pitcher that also slaughtered us. But perfect game does twice, and I'll tell you what, I never got the bat on the ball against him in either game. Didn't even foul one off. Nothing. 3 pitches. He got me on 3 pitches like 4 times. And I was like not even the only one. He had like a crazy curveball. At that and like that league in high school, you don't see like that pitch. You never have seen it before, and it's like it's 2 fastballs, and he did it to me every single time. 2 fastballs and the curve on the third one, and it was it was like I didn't even wait for the umpire to call me out. I just started walking. It's just like but I don't think there's any shame in that. Rod. Bundy and Gonzalez, big price here on Bundy. He got that Joe Madden strike zone last time.
I like the under in this game, and I'm going to take a shot with the Mariners. Marco Gonzalez he actually he plays the Angels really well. He's actually 3-0 in Anaheim, playing these Angels. So give me Seattle and the under.
Steve?
I'll go with the Bundy strike zone. I think the Angels have to break out at some point here. Trout, he's Mike Trout and Rendon and so on and so forth. And the Angels are home. I know they've been struggling a bit, but I'm going to go with the Angels here.
Chris?
I'm going to go with the over 9. Seattle.
I'm going over too. Yeah.
Yeah, these Seattle games keep coming in over until it stops paying off. And I keep riding it, so I'll take over 9.
I love the Angels on the run line in this one. I don't really like these minus 200 games. You guys know it's not in my wheelhouse. But, I have to go with Bundy here. I think that Bundy is a talented pitcher, and it's like I've seen him before in Baltimore when he got the strike zone, and he was super effective, and that's probably why Madden wanted him, because he knows he's super effective if you can get a ridiculous strike zone that nobody else gets, And those are Madden specialty pitches. I mean, Jake Arrieta, take a look at his highlights when he was with Baltimore. Those are some long home runs that he gave up. And look at him in Philly. Anyways, Denilson Lamet getting his second start of the season. This guy looked like a Cy Young Award winner his first start, man. He has the stuff. Up against Kevin Gausman, a career guy that we have just really laid into on this show for a long time. He's kind of gotten that, he's kind of in our guys, that we love to just, bet against every time they take them out. It doesn't matter what team they're on. So, I like the Giants yesterday, but I'm all over the Padres here. I am all in on the Padres. I rarely go big on a favorite like that, but I love the Padres here because I hate Gausman just that much. Rod?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think the Padres are going to beat up the Giants today. I think I'm going to go minus 2.5 at plus 145.
Yeah, we did the Jazz Pelicans game at the start of the show. We started with NBA.
Lamet's just going to shut them down.
I don't think the Dodgers are going to minus 250. That line has been there since the open. It has not budged, which is almost scary. It's almost scary that it hasn't moved. But like I said, you got to lay the run line there. You can't just bet at the minus 150 because it is a scary line. Yeah, Lamet certainly has the it factor. Chris, I know you're a big Gausman guy.
Yeah, I don't know about today though. I'm gonna take the over 8. I think we see a higher scoring game. And this could be the game where the Padres get to that number on their own if Gausman stays in long enough. So I'll take the over 8.
Yeah, the thing about Gausman that I like, not that I like about him, not just betting against him, in regular situations, is that he's also the classic underachiever. So we normally get really good prices betting against him. He is just a textbook underachiever. And he's played for teams where you can certainly underachieve just so. Baltimore set up perfect. Oh, he was in Baltimore. The fact that he was on Baltimore helped us so much when he was with Atlanta. We were able to bet against him and still cash. It's a dream. It's Andrew Kashner pitching for the Red Sox all over again. It's like, man, baseball is back. Anyway, speaking about back, the NHL is back on Saturday. We're going to go real quickly through these last 3 scrimmage games because this is the end of the NHL scrimmage season. I know Rod would rather be covering La Liga, but we got the Dallas Stars and the worst name in all of sports. Now that the Washington Eskimos had to change their name. We got the Dallas Stars against the Nashville Predators. Rod, what do you like here?
I'm gonna take Dallas here. I like Dallas. This Dallas team made it into 2 rounds of last year's playoffs. Give me Dallas over this Nashville team. There's a team that's definitely gonna not last long. I'm not a fan of Nashville at all. They're in trouble. And give me the under, since every game that's we've seen in these little scrimmage games have all went under. I don't see that changing. Dallas and the under.
Steve? Oh, I'm not going to. Steve, you want to do hockey? I'm not doing any. Chris?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm going to go with the under as well. I see this being a low scoring game.
You're going to parlay that with your Bruins pick in the next game? Is that how that works?
It's like you read my mind. You have a crystal ball over
Chris,
there.
do you like the Bruins or the Bruins against the Columbus Blue Jackets?
I like the Bruins in the first, Bruins in the second, Bruins in the third.
I'm going to parlay it with the Hershey Bears. Rod, who do you like?
I'm gonna take a shot here with Columbus. I don't think the Bruins are going to come out and give 150% in this game.
They're thinking
not a playoff game for
playoffs,
them.
Stanley Cups, all that other stuff.
Yeah, they're still they don't even have to. They're not even in the first round here of having to worry. So I think Columbus is going to come out on fire and with a little more grit and drive and want to get this game going.
So, anyways, our last game here, we got Vegas up against Arizona, Rod, with, this would be a perfect spot to start Subban if they still had him, right? This would have been a Subban game for Vegas, but they don't have Subban. I don't know. I think, both of our picks that we have, Rod and I have the same picks for the Stanley Cup this year, which is weird because I don't know anything about hockey, and those were the 2 teams I picked. I only know what these guys say on the show, so maybe that had something to do with it. But I don't know. Vegas is another team in the West. The West is tougher, right, than the East? Because
It's tough,
you're going to have to go against the Lightning. They don't even want to play. It's going to be against the Lightning. It's like, we don't even want to play this game. It's like, we want out. So, little something on the sweep. What do you think here in this Vegas-Arizona matchup?
I'm gonna take a shot with Arizona here. They've got some really good D. Their top goalie is gonna at least play 10 minutes, at least half the game. Like I said, these goalies have been flopping half the game. I'm gonna take a shot here with the Arizona.
Chris?
Yeah, I have a premium play on the side, but for the total, I'm going to go under here as well.
Nothing like NHL preseason premium picks. I mean, yeah, we got NBA start of season and Major League Baseball. Might as well give out like the Yankees run line minus 150, with all your picks. Hey, wait, how come no one buys my picks? It's like, I don't know, because you give out all. It's like there's certain cappers. It's like, boy, no one buys my picks. Like, yeah, you give out all gigantic favorites. It's like nothing premium about that. You think I got popular on here, or at least noticed by not giving out picks like the Giants Mariners parlay. I mean, that's how it's done. That's why people tune in, and that's why people have watched you guys for years. Since you guys have come on, because you were able to string together a lot of winners, both plus and minus money. I'm just not a big bettor on preseason because you just don't know who's going to play. But if you must,
You must.
anyways. Now Chris doesn't have a premium on every game. I'm just busting his chops, which I don't really do. Anyway. That might have been a little harsh. Anyways, that's it, right, for today's show. We covered pretty much everything. Let's just go around the horn and hear what everyone has to say. Speaking of Ruffalo, he's going to push the lasagna to the side and let us know what he's got thinking. What do you got, Chris?
So I'll give you a free parlay for baseball today. Birdcage. I like the Dodgers on the run line. Over 9 in the Seattle Angels game, and over 9 in the Yankees and Baltimore game.
Rod?
My birdcage for the show today. Give me the Jazz money line. Give me the Mets on the run line. Give me the Dodgers on the run line. Parlay those 3 up. I think it'll be a happy day tonight.
Steve?
Yeah, I was going to do the Jazz as well, as Rod said. The Mets as well. And I love the under on the Indians versus the Twins because of the pitching. Those are my 3 best for the day.
I'm going to go with the Padres on the run line against the Giants. I'm going to go with the Dodgers on the run line against the Diamondbacks. And I'll go with the Reds on the run line against you garbage. And that'll be my 3-team birdcage parlay for today. I also want to make a special note about Notre Dame, Swarbrick saying, these are just unusual circumstances. We're not really going to be part of the ACC. You know, God forbid, you know, they would do that. But what they do say, to me, how that reads is, we graciously accept your money. Anyways, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Of course, we have our best bets can always be found in our premium area. We appreciate everyone that tunes into this show, whether you comment, whether you never make a comment, whether you buy a pick, whether you never buy a pick. We don't care. We're just glad to have someone to talk to besides ourselves. But anyways, which it would be fine also, to be honest with you. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and join us tomorrow. We're only going to have more and more games as this goes, and we'll get a little bit more efficient, maybe cut out some of the fluff. Someone said that they didn't like my laughing yesterday in the comments, and that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. And they said the reason why you get so many thumbs down is because you're laughing and talking about stuff that has nothing to do with sports. And I said, well, if people didn't like it, we would probably get more thumbs down than thumbs ups. I might have opened up a can of worms there. Anyways, we'll take our picks, we'll take our wins, we'll live with our losses, and we'll call it a day. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys tomorrow.